Configure your ZeeTim endpoint to run on thin client or zero client mode using ZeeConf. With ZeeConf, you can choose to operate the ZeeTim in a thin client or zero client mode. Thin client mode. By default, ZeeTim runs in thin client mode. Thin client mode provides you with the flexibility of having a desktop with multiple applications, multiple access protocols, and the ability to work on locally installed applications. For example, an administrator can configure a thin client to have access to both Citrix and VMware sessions. Thin client mode also enables users to browse locally on a Chrome or Firefox browser. You can customize the desktop and start menu of your thin client just by dragging and dropping applications in the desired places. Along with this, you can also configure certain parameters per application if required. All of these changes are applied as soon as the configuration is sent to the endpoint. Zero client mode. Besides thin client mode, a ZeeTim can also be run in zero client mode. Using your ZeeTim in zero client mode gives a completely seamless experience for the user. The user turns on the device and has direct access to the virtual workspace login page. The user doesn't have access to the local OS and cannot interact with it or perform modifications, making it highly secure. To run your ZeeTim in zero client mode, click on the zero client mode checkbox in the Menus tab and select an application that will be launched in kiosk mode when the device turns on. For example, if you choose Google Chrome from the list, it will launch it in kiosk mode and opens the startup URL set in the General tab. You can specify the startup URL as you wish. Hence, in just a few clicks, ZeeConf allows you to configure the ZeeTim to run in thin client or zero client mode based on your requirements. ZeeTim, not just an endpoint.